I see we have some new alders, so one's a good friend, but I won't say anything. But the rest of the guys, I'm the Poet Laureate of Madison. This is my third year as Poet Laureate, and probably one of the best things I get to do is showcase other authors from Madison that write and I believe have wonderful stories to share. So I'm excited to introduce a good friend and someone I met about 6 months ago, and she's just an amazing person. So I want to bring up Cooper Talbot. Cooper?
Thank you. That was a wonderful introduction. And buenas noches. Me da mucho gusto estar aquí representando una comunidad de cultura y artes. As Oscar said, my name is Cooper Talbot, born and raised in New Jersey. New Jersey politics not up for discussion tonight. I do know these meetings can be heavy for those responsible for the yeas and nays, heavy for those subject to endure those outcomes. It is my hope that the sun rises for our communities, for our businesses, and for our families, and that as well the sun rises for all of us that call this city our home, such as I do after 6 years. And while the sun rises, I think about my life that is past. How many sunrises have I missed, and how many have I adored, and how many rose into clouds where I couldn't see it shining? While the sun rises, I wonder about love, life, and the fixation we all have on what's supposed to be. I lived through an interplanetary groove where home is where the heart is, where music lives, where I see beyond the mind's eye, images of unimaginable joy and serenity. And while the sun rises, I contemplate the better half of me, searching and reaching for that half that completes me. And while the sun rises, I'm light years away from the promised land, attaching faith and fearlessness to my mobility, and I keep on moving. And while the sun rises, someone very dear to me disbelieves, and this must faze me because I find myself explaining and justifying this road less traveled and the authenticity of the voice within me who speaks to me, the reasons why I want to live. And while the sun rises, I'm chanting for the answers, ciphering how-tos and why-nots. I will be here forever, flowing in a karmic nature, reading the book as I live it. And while the sun rises, I give thanks for the beautiful reflections inside of me, for the eclectic style that is the song of myself, and for the piece of me that is goddess, and for my eyes that penetrate matter, and for my backbone that fortifies my strength, and for that funky melodic tune in my heart that keeps me grooving. While the sun rises, I realize that I've grown. I remember where my soul was and acclimate the distance I have traveled. I am flying high and free, and nothing will defeat me. My dues are paid, a guided path was laid, the blessings for which I've prayed. And while the sun rises, the rest of our lives begins. Focusing on wins, I move on to the next sunrise. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and I hope you'll be back again so we could listen to you. You won't have to listen to us. Much more enjoyable.